Welcome back. We're talking with Missy O about having an authentic conversation, something that I think we miss out on a little bit nowadays, especially with sending someone a quick text or just passing them by while we're running to 10 different places. We need to make the time to stop and actually sit there and talk with them.
Right. Well, it's so important, I think, because we think we're just running through and we're doing this, that. Sometimes we're there for a reason. And when we slow down enough to really take care and notice those things, we can find that it's important to really sit down with that person to see, oh, I wish I had known that. Well, we would have if we would have stopped to have that conversation, to let people know that we care.
Now, you talked about the three things that people look for when they're communicating, and the third one was feel. What's that?
Well, this is really important because before we connect with people, they have to trust us and they have to be able to know that they can work with us. And so that's one of the first things is, can I trust you? Can you help me? And do you care? And that's what's so important. That's where we get further into things, where we're having a conversation with someone and it's like, oh, why even bother telling them what I want to say, because they don't pay attention anyway. So if you care, what does it look like? And that's where it takes a look at how we like to connect and how other people need to connect. How do we like to show people that we care? What do we do? Because we're not all the same. And so if we really take a look at how we like to care, how we like to show people that will be there, how they can trust us, what can we do to show people that they can trust us, that we are authentic?
How can we show that we are, when someone's telling you a story, how can you show that you're engaged in that conversation and not thinking about your list to do later in the day?
One thing that's important is within the trust factor is to really sit down and have that conversation, and to, if someone shares something with you, not go blab it all over the place, or to not try to fix it for them and say, oh, we need to do this or you need to do that. Let them figure it out for themselves. Let them ask the questions to themselves. Let them connect with it. But there are different ways that we all like to connect, and that we can, but it takes time for us to sit down and think about those things as well.
Are there some common ways that you find that people get stuck when they're trying to have these authentic conversations?
I think one of the things we talk about is the time frame, not taking enough time, thinking we're too busy, thinking that we can't even help someone if there is something to help with. I'll let someone else do it. We all have heard those types of things. And I think it's so important that really taking time to slow down. They say 3 to 4 generations will live the way that we lived. And so if you think of that, when we're talking with even our own family members or our coworkers, if we're not taking time in this generation, what are they going to learn and know to be in the future? And so that's one of the things that we really work on when I work with my clients.
And I think taking the time to have that authentic communication with someone, the conversation with someone, it can maybe even just put them on the right path towards, like you said, maybe you didn't fix something, but at least you sat and listened to them.
Well, and to have an authentic conversation doesn't mean you have to get deep and get into all these emotional things. It means really truly saying, how are you? And really caring and really showing, and then it's back and forth too. It's not just a one-way street. It's us both connecting back and forth. If I want you to connect with me, take time for me as well. And so that's so important.
Yeah.
I would imagine that the connection feeling too has got to be something that, if you've never had it before, once you, like the first time, does it really kind of click? Well, this is what I've been missing out on.
Most definitely. Can you imagine when you're working with a doctor, or you're working with your patients, or you're working with a client, a salesperson, any of those things, and it's truly not to have the transaction. It's truly not to hurry up and hear what they have to say, A, B, C, let's fix this. It's really having that conversation. How are you? What do you need? Where are you at? Because if we can figure out where someone's at, we can know intrinsically what they need, what motivates them, what inspires them to help them move forward.
Yeah.
It's fun stuff.
And let's tell people too how they can get a hold of you if they need help.
Yeah, definitely. LinkedIn or Facebook is the best way. It's Missy O, Missy O-H-E.
Thank you,
thanks.
Missy.
Thank you.
Yes, go out and have authentic conversations.
For sure.
All right, well, when we come back, we're going to be rolling up our sleeves and making cloud bread.